I don't know what the fuck is going on, so let me know if you can hear me this way. Please. Fucking finally. Great, now there's a fucking echo. Wonderful. But see, that's the thing though, the mic didn't take a dump. Everything that could have gone wrong went the fuck wrong. I was here an hour and a half early trying to bust shit out. And Annie, don't worry about it. I'm gonna stress, it's what I fucking do. Cause I fucking hate not being able to fucking do things right. It's like my channel just went from here to fucking down in the fucking gutter. Great, now what the fuck did I do? The fucking ceiling fan, the light won't stay the fuck on, the switch is on, but the light keeps turning off, turning on, turning off, turning on. So, fuck that. I got that. Fucking pissed off. So fucking pissed off. So fucking pissed. So hey, guess what? 5 more subscribers and I get to 150. I was so happy about it. And now it's like, who fucking cares? Because I went to that to right down in the fucking gutter. Behind it, you guys can see it. I'm fucking furious. I had such a fucking good day today. Can I ask you guys one more question, please, please, please? You don't have to tell me to breathe again because now it's pissing me off. Everything's pissing me off right now. It's not a good thing that's going on right now. I'm fucking furious and it fucking sucks. Thanks, comics. Fuck you. Asshole. Alright. What the fuck is this? Wow. Such bullshit. I love you too, Queenie. I love all you guys. I'm fucking so pissed off. You try and do things right. You try and get things done sooner so that you're not... And this is the thing I hate the most is that I ugly cry. There's no not ugly. So, fuck it. Alright. Fucking piece of shit. Alright. So, what I want to talk to you guys about... What I want to talk to you guys about is... Guess what? I never thought about it before, but Mel knows. I'm like freaking Mel and her husband know for sure, and my sons know and all that. I am. You took it out? Golly. Penny, go get your toy. I got something in my fucking eye, son of a bitch. Okay. I never thought of it before, just like when I went to go get my freaking bachelor's degree, and the VA guy that was assigned to me used something, or put me in something that he asked me, well, what do you like? And I said, well, I like plants. Didn't even dawn on me to say, hey, stupid, what about computers? Hello? You don't go walking around saying, hey, what about my pinky? Computers dropped, basically is the term now, but computers dropped when I was the perfect age. And computer, shut up! Now I feel better. Chicken butt. Butt. Mel. Comics is not gonna call Duke by his name anymore. He's gonna call him Butt Pup. Speaking of, I don't even know where he went. Oh, that's right. He's got his little Chewy toy. Okay. So, I have a useless bachelor's degree in agronomy, which is basically professional farming. And I'm 3 classes shy of my second bachelor's in horticulture. But now, because I did that, I am able to get a 2-year associate's degree in 6 months. Busting my ass. I got all of the general ed and everything out of the way, and you guys, I graduate in 3 friggin' months. This is freaking epic. And on that, well, you're right, Andy Van. You're right. You're right. And so with that, I know how to grow food. I know what to do for soil. Yeah. So I'm like an apocalypse genius. If you need something, let me know. The only thing I don't have is a frickin' bunker. But here's the thing. Let me, I don't know if you guys remember, back in, shoot, when was it? Frig, hold on. Do y'all remember when the, Colonial pipeline went down? And they had ransomware, and they had to pay somebody, what do you call it? They had to pay, no, wait. It was ransomware. Dark Side was the name of the friggin' Russian hackers. Fucking retards. So this happened, well, it happened in 2021. So it happened last year about this time, at around about this time. It was a little bit earlier, obviously, but, I'm trying to get the Fox News thing that I had. All right. There we go. Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to pop this over here so you guys can see, because when you see this, you're going to realize this is the frickin' thing I should have used for the frickin' thumbnail and not the one that I used. Hold on. Because it's frickin', like, holy shit, cool. Yep, I screwed up. Oh, boy. So, it's this one. Check it out. I should use that. I do have VPN, actually. I've had it for a couple of years. And doesn't... Let's see what this video is. No. This is the video that I wanted to show y'all. So let me check my volume. Alright.
America is facing a national energy crisis. On May 7, 2021, one of the largest refined fuel pipelines in the United States, the Colonial Pipeline, experienced a cyber...
So, this cyber attack... Alright, so let me put it this way. I want to roll all the way back, because I know the majority of you guys in here will know exactly what I'm talking about. Oil guys. The guys that are working on the rigs, the guys that work in the company, the guys that have been at the company for frickin' shit decades or whatever. Look at it that way, and then see... Comics, please stop. You keep throwing me off! You're supposed to help! Anyway. You had to say backside. Didn't see a fucking backside anywhere, but I digress. So what I was saying was, you've got these guys at this colonial pipeline, you know, you see the everything here, like gas and oil and all that. And Papa, that's something I'd rather talk about in Discord, because it's too much to spew out of my head, because I'm on this, trying to stay on this track right now. So this pipeline is this pipeline transfers fuel, gas, what have you, from the Gulf, like Texas Gulf area, to the East Coast. And there was because of the ransomware attack, they had to shut the pipeline down, like, completely, for the first time in their entire history of existence. I think it was 50 years or something like that. So, you've got that, right? Then you look at it and say, okay, so who's the retard that's the chief information officer that didn't even put two-factor freaking authentication in there? You even have two-factor authentication for freaking Discord. Really? Now, mind you, this was only last year. So whoever the chief information officer is somebody that was already high up and was one of those good old boys, one of those good old boy oil guys that's been there for decades, I'm guessing. Comics, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna beat you with a bat. Not really. You threw me off again. I'm gonna stop looking at the chat because I was getting to where I needed to go, and now I need to get to where I need to go. Alright, so you've got the bigwig oil guy that had a high up frickin' already high executive, high-end executive guy, who's the oil guy, good old boy, older guy, been there forever. Nobody cares about the security. They just care that, hey, everything's easier to do now, right? Well, they were able to get in there because they had a password that was in a handful of passwords, and damn it, comics. Anyway, so you got this good old boy, old guy, executive up there, doesn't know a jack shit about computers, doesn't know jack shit about security, which, compare him to me, he's a freaking dinosaur. And he's not even probably that much older than me, but he's an idiot, whoever it was. And I can tell you for sure, it had to be a guy, because all these oil companies are headed by these frickin' good old boys that have been there for decades, basically, you know, running the company and getting their paycheck and just, you know, buying their toys and doing all the good stuff. The password was from an account that was inactive. So not only did this be, because it was actually a VPN password to log into the, you guys, I mean, this is the stupidest freaking thing. So they're basically retards. Let's just call it what it is. Freaking duh. These little Russian hacker script kiddies or whatever wanted to make some money. They made their money. $4.4 million in Bitcoin is what they demanded. All because there was no two-factor authentication. God, I can't even fucking talk. So, yes, DK. JR. I think, honestly, JR would have been smarter. You're right, Annie Ban. You are right. One of... It's an easy way to break into a system is leave a bunch of USB sticks in the parking lot. Somebody will find it, pick it up, plug it in when they go inside the building. Because people are that fucking stupid. Oblivious. They don't even... Son of a bitch. They don't even pay attention. People just don't care. So, I want to go ahead and... Let's play this video.
Attack that shut down fuel delivery between the Gulf Coast and the East Coast.
See, Gulf.
The pipeline itself spans almost 5,500 miles and carries millions of gallons of fuel per day.
Look at all of that.
It was the target of ransomware, a scheme where attackers seize control of the computer systems using code and then demand money to release the systems back to the company. The FBI blamed the attack on a group called DarkSide. The following Monday, the company managed to take certain systems offline to contain the threat.
Look at this. Look at this. Look how long. 5,500 miles. And it went through, oh look, it went through Delaware. Joe Biden. Dried up, crusty old piece of shit. This is just... This was insane. It really was. It was insane. So I lost my chain of thought again. So
and plan to restore service by the end of the week. The Colonial Pipeline is vital for several airports along the eastern seaboard of the U.S., in addition to military bases throughout the southeast. In the aftermath of the attack,
so these assholes in Russia hacked this pipeline that is vital to the East Coast, planes, military bases, and You guys, get your stuff, and get yourself just locked down as good as you can. This shit is nuts.
Panic buying, spurred by fears of fuel shortages and a rise in gas prices, left several gas stations with long lines as people hoarded gasoline.
Oh, look, it looks like...
the attack itself exposed
like
how vulnerable the U.S. energy infrastructure is. How did we get here?
This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. We are too vulnerable after what these assholes did. Now we're playing catch up, trying to lock everything down. But that's not how it works. Now that everybody knows, and all the little script kiddies and everybody out there are getting their little 2 cents in and trying to teach themselves how to do stuff, who's to stop them from doing something maybe the electric grid? Something that was done when Trump was in office was that one of those huge frickin' transformers that the majority of them are made in China. Yay. Well, this thing was 27 tons. And Trump and his guys halted it because pretty sure they found a back door. Now, I'm sure you guys remember how Trump said, nope, no more infrastructure stuff made by our enemies, our aggressors, or however he put it. He did an executive order, and that frickin' 27-ton thing is still sitting somewhere. No idea where. China made a frickin' back door into it to fuck with the electrical here. So, yeah.
America's power grid is based on designs from the late 1800s. The goal was to provide electricity to as many people as possible at the lowest possible cost. The problem is, the original power grids were designed to meet the needs of the early 1900s. And although there have been incremental advances, these systems are outdated. America's power grid hasn't been updated since the 1960s.
Can you guys believe that? Not since the 1960s. And it was made for the end of the 1800s, 1900s time frame, because that's when it all came out anyway. DK, I am glad to say I don't think it's that bad off yet.
Americans consume about 5 to 6 times the amount of electricity as the average.
This is insane. Why do we use so much more? Is it because of all of the friggin' toys? This is why when all of these freaking people are saying, oh, go buy an electric car and we'll give you a rebate and all kinds of shit. First off, it's powered by coal. Stupid. Second off, everything made in it comes out of the ground. Everything for the battery. And then if the battery goes out, it probably costs more to fix it and replace it than it did to buy the whole fucking car in the first place. So, yeah. And they're not able to, these so-called charging stations that are all over the place, they can't charge. They can't plug them in. They won't plug in. They won't even bring a charge. I think it was 20%. Maybe that's on here. I can't remember which video it was, but it's all related. The lithium, the nickel, everything for those batteries comes out of the ground.
Person. And the U.S. electric grid loses power 3 times more often today than in 1984.
Can you believe that? That often? I need to roll this back so y'all can hear that again because holy shit. So,
The Colonial
come on,
Pipeline
dummy.
experienced a cyber attack that shut down fuel delivery between the Gulf Coast and the East Coast. The pipeline adds millions of gallons of fuel per day, control of the computer systems using. The FBI blamed the attack on a group. The Colonial Pipeline is vital for its energy infrastructure and city to as many people as possible at the lowest possible cost.
All right.
The problem is, the original power grids were designed to meet the needs of the early 1900s. And although there have been incremental advances, these systems are outdated.
I know comics. We do.
America's
have
power grid hasn't been updated since the 1960s.
But it can't handle.
Americans consume about 5 to 6 times the amount of electricity as the average.
This is insane. This is insane right here. 5 to 6 times. Now, this is a CNET article. And I get nailed with copyright shit from all over the place. So hopefully I don't get nailed with copyright on this. But this is information that people need to see. People need to know. And this is stuff that I care about. I don't think you're going to find anybody else with a channel out there talking about this shit. Unless they're in another country and they're talking about theirs. I worried about doing this because what are the possibilities that some retard somewhere is going to say, oh, this is a good idea. They're going to watch my video and then they're going to go try and find out how to do it. But anyway.
Person. And the U.S. electric grid loses power 3 times more often today than in
1984. 3 times more. This whole thing blows my mind, and you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck?
84.
This equipment was designed 30, 40, 50 years ago. It was designed to do specific things. You know, run a motor, open a valve, you know, run an assembly line. So the concept of thinking ahead of time didn't occur.
Exactly. Thinking ahead of time. Even now, this happened in 2021. Even now, this shit, they're still being stupid. So all of these, yeah, you're right, Papa. It is. It's all the gadgets and all the... Damn it. Hold on. Ah, my nose is itching. Oh, I opened the window because it's hot in here. But open the window, end up with all the allergens, rather. Golly. Okay. So this guy's actually, he's pretty good. I like what he says.
Thinking ahead of time didn't occur.
This is Joe Weiss. He's the managing partner of Applied Control Solutions in Cupertino, California, and the managing director of ISA 99, the International Society of Automation, that works to set international standards on control system cybersecurity. Weiss has documented over 1,300 incidents of power failure in the U.S. electrical system caused by cyber attacks.
Can you...
Very good example.
Let's hold on. Let's hear that one more time. Just because, yeah, let's just hear that one more time. Because that was a big number.
Control system cybersecurity. Weiss has documented over 1,300 incidents of power failure in the U.S. electrical system caused by cyber attacks.
100! Alright, I have something to show you guys after this that you're going to be like, but let's finish.
Very good example of how you can bring the grid down for months, not hours or days, months, is a vulnerability that was called the Aurora vulnerability.
You guys You guys getting this? Because this guy... Wait. Oh, you guys, wait until you hear this.
Vulnerability that was called the Aurora vulnerability.
The Idaho National Laboratory ran the Aurora generator test in 2007 to demonstrate how a cyber attack could destroy physical components of the electric grid. The experiment used a computer program to rapidly open and close a diesel generator's circuit breakers out of phase from the rest of the grid and caused it to explode.
So, did y'all catch that? The stupid thing, they opened and closed the freaking... and they opened it... Jeez, it just said it, and now it's not even in my head.
Experiment used a computer program to rapidly open and close a diesel generator's circuit breakers out of phase from the rest of the grid and caused it to explode.
Can you believe this shit?
Another way hackers could penetrate America's power grid is through backdoors built into the hardware, the physical equipment frequently purchased by foreign manufacturers. It can often be found...
Hold on. DK, what you said, I mean, obviously everybody agrees with, but there are so many things that people in this country have decided that are necessities that aren't. The only necessities there are is a roof over your head, shelter, food, water. What else? Can you think of anything else? I would put food and water together. So, shelter, food and water. Electricity is helpful, but it is not a necessity. Your phone is not a necessity. Your freaking tablet, not a necessity. Thank you, DK, for saying that.
Backdoors built into the hardware, the physical equipment frequently purchased by foreign manufacturers. It can often be found in the three main grids of the United States: the Eastern Connection, the Western Connection, and ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas.
And you guys remember when all that shit went down in Texas with that ice and that cold, and how that whole thing went down? Texas, that giant thing right there, they have their own grid out there. You've got the two on the sides for the entire country, one half, other half, and then Texas is this giant one all by itself. And that's why shit went stupid during that ice storm and stuff when that happened. That was some
Eastern Connection, the Western Connection, and ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. In 2019, a Chinese-built transformer weighing between 250 and 500 tons was seized by the Department of Energy and Department of Homeland Security.
Hold on. Comics, I need clarification on this. You said the majority of this is bullshit. You mean in the video that I'm doing right now is bullshit? What? I'm confused. But... oh, my bad. I transposed it. I put the 27 ton and the 250 ton. Here's the thing with that Chinese frickin'...
A Chinese-built transformer weighing between 250 and 500 tons was seized by the Department of Energy and Department of Homeland Security from the Port of Houston. It was taken to Sandia National Laboratories in Albuquerque, New Mexico, for unspecified reasons. It's believed that the transformer was seized because of fears of backdoor electronics, which could be activated or timed by its Chinese manufacturer to change the operation and affect the U.S. electric grid.
Where this electronics was installed, there was no data to steal. The only thing you could do was to either take over the control or damage or destroy that piece of equipment.
On May 1st, 2020,
here we go.
President Donald Trump signed Executive Order 13920, which directed utilities not to purchase bulk power systems from adversaries. It is believed this order was the result of what was found in the seized transformer.
So part of the issue is when you have 200 large transformers.
Okay, so that right there. That right there. This is what I was talking about. Let's see. It's an executive order. I think it's like, oh, I forget. I forget the number. There's like 19,000 of them by now. I just remember it was 19,000 some odd. This is with the dried up husk that's in there now, undoing everything. I haven't been able to find anything to see if this executive order has been undone as well. And I'm hoping it hasn't. Because that dried up husk, I'm hoping the majority of them are too stupid to figure this part out. And I don't have to worry because they're not gonna frickin', nobody watches me except you guys.
Of what was found in the seized
None of
transformer.
those high up
So
will.
part of the issue is when you have 200 large transformers spread throughout the country, you could cause an immense amount of grief, not just in one place.
How can the U.S. make the grid more secure? Weatherize the power grid with cybersecurity in mind. In February, Texas experienced an extreme winter storm. What was once considered a rare statewide event caused energy facilities to fail and left millions of Texas residents without electricity or clean running water. And although what occurred in Texas was not the result of any cyber attack, Joe Weiss says the event itself exposed vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit.
Yep.
Cyber is, in a sense, part and parcel.
The wind was blowing that
climate change.
Ice so hard that it's vertical. Or horizontal, rather. Fucking idiot. It's horizontal on the frickin' wires. The ice on the wires is horizontal. Watch. Come on.
Event itself exposed vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit.
Cyber is, in a sense, part and parcel of climate change. Why? Because that's when you're going to need remote access. Technology is there to make things more productive.
Yes.
They can't not use it. It's making it productive. So the issue is, and this is a real ethical question, what point and for what equipment do you not put in some of this technology if you know it can make you susceptible?
That's the problem. Annie Band, are you serious? Really? Nah. We gotta talk about that in Discord, because that seems off. Although I can see why they wouldn't. I mean, it's Texas.
More accessible and reliable energy storage.
And,
Fossil fuel power plants are generally built far away from...
Hold on. I need to ask you guys, and anybody watching, to please listen to some of the extra bullshit that's in here with a grain of salt, because, like the climate change bullshit and all that. That is not how I think. My whole thing for doing this is to open eyes and say, y'all, wake up. We gonna be screwed unless we fix this shit. Just saying.
Population centers, which means that the power has to be shipped long distances. A smart grid would enable a two-way flow of electricity with backup generators and energy storage systems in place that would have the ability to send power if, for example, the wind turbines went down. In March,
not that that's a long shot, but this right here, this I was not aware of. He is creating, look at this, he's creating a gigantic battery. I mean,
Tesla began
Is there anything
construction
this guy
of a
can't do?
gigantic battery connected to the state's power grid at the Hornsdale Power Reserve, a facility that can receive and store energy from nearby wind and solar farms. The 100-megawatt battery could power about 20,000 homes on a hot summer day. Finally, invest in renewable energy sources. Adopting renewable energy sources is a better long-term investment for a more sustainable and secure power grid.
Now, I mean, I've got solar panels on my roof, but I didn't find out, a little aside, I didn't find out that I couldn't go off grid for 5 years until they had already drilled holes in my roof and done stuff to put it in. That's how shitty this power company is. I generate a lot of frickin' electricity, but I did it because I wanted to be able to sell the excess back. You know what I mean? I paid for this shit. It's generating power on my roof. This is my electricity, and those fuckers are sucking it off of me. But anyway, yeah. I have 2 more years before I can go off grid. Needless to say, I'm moving. Anyway, this is comics. Easy. You said that already, and you're right. It is the software. The software is the issue. Wherever there is a human connection, whether made by humans, the software made by humans, the machine made by humans, doesn't matter. That is a weak point. The biggest thing that is a weak point for cybersecurity is the human element, because you got dipsticks that come to work and they want to listen to their own music, and they're going to take a little thumb drive and put that crap in their work computer, and who knows where they downloaded that music from. Anyway, I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but renewable energy right now, these solar panels, they don't generate a lot. The technology hasn't caught up to the power need for the whole world. So, yeah.
Although these solutions are a good start to address the power grid's vulnerabilities, Joe Weiss says there's a lot more work to be done to safeguard the U.S. power grid from cybersecurity threats.
This is a problem that's 30, 40 years in the making. It's existential to this country, and we are not addressing what needs to be done. We can't keep ignoring it. The bad guys aren't.
Well said, DK. Me too. All right, so there was that. And that was just, the amount of not danger, but hold on, I need to, there we go. It's still too high. The amount of crap that can happen is, I wanted to put this out there so that everybody had an idea. This is what I do. This is the stuff I read about. This is the stuff that I work on and look at and do. Got them on my friggin' roof, the solar panels. And they're not as efficient of a power source as they make it seem. DK, exactly. Except for one problem. There is a resource that is getting sucked down because of the dried up old frickin' piece of shit. Desiccated shit at that. Selling our oil reserves, that guy is an asshole. He did. And then turns out he sold it to China! What? This guy. Yep, comics. That was what I was saying. Yes! Foxtrot, Juliet, Bravo! That was what I was saying in the video. I said take it with a grain of salt. Some of the stuff that's said in there is bullshit. Like, it's not a solution. The green thing isn't a solution yet. Because everything that is made on this planet comes from the ground or from the water, natural resources. So there isn't, Annie, you are exactly right. All propaganda contains elements of truth. You're right. And that's the grain of salt. That's the grain of salt that I want to talk about. It's... See, I got mad. So... Well, we don't want to turn it into Swiss cheese, man. But we can't do any of that. Not with the jackass that's in office right now. Can't do any of it. He did supposedly just open up some... Actually, I think it was the biggest lease. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to find that so I can send it. I can give it to you in Discord. He's doing stuff on the down low that his little followers would crucify him for. And I don't know. Shit needs to get unfucked real quick. Yep. Agreed, Antiman. I agree. But the people that have those items, the oil, the copper, the minerals, all of the precious metals and, you know, the stuff like the nickel and the cadmium and the, what else? All of that stuff is controlled by rich people. There's the problem. Everything is about money. Everything. When you get above a certain level, when you get a... Comics, you getting mad. Now it's your turn to get pissed. So, yeah. What you said, the Bureau of Land Management, what do they have to do with anything, any band? I missed something. I missed something. Look. Oh. No. I'm gonna find it and I'll put it in Discord. Because I don't want to try and go look for it, because then I'll be sitting here in the camera, but nobody will be saying or doing anything, and it'll look stupid. So, yeah. This was my point for this one, and the reason why I was so angry and so upset that this went so fucking sideways is because this was important, and this is stuff that I know about, that I want to share, because people need to know this stuff. And you can't, obviously, you can't depend on the media. Any of them, really. I don't even know if this video will stay up, because I don't know if they're gonna take it down or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna get some kind of copyright claim again. There's been so many copyright claims, it's not even funny. But I answer all of them. Dilithium crystals. Oh, if only that existed. Ugh. DK. My guy. Live long and prosper. I wish. There's so much. There's so much that I wish. There's so much. And it all comes down to the almighty dollar. It comes down to that green that once you get, what I started saying, once you get above a certain level, well, the whole thing wasn't propaganda. I was using it to get the point across. It was that other shit that came at the end. All the rest of the stuff was information, was important information. It was the rest of the shit after where they started going on about the green and all of that other crap. So I'm sorry I pissed you off. Paid you back. Benny. She's still chewing her thing. Yeah, Papa, you get off. Where in the hell are you gonna go? Someone stop the planet I want off. So, there's a lot. There's a lot that we need to get our asses in gear, people. We need us, the people, blue collar. We need to stop freaking depending on the freaking white collar bullshit, because I keep stopping, but when you get to a certain level, I think of finances and business combination, it's like your brain turns off and you turn into a money grubber and you have to get I don't know. I can't put the words in the correct order. They're here, but they're not coming out. Here, it's like they're stuck. There's a lot we got to do. And now that I've been doing this, you guys remember a while back when I first started, I've been doing this now for 10 months. Holy crap. Something that I mentioned was purpose and meaning. And it was something that I had hoped that I would get from doing my YouTube channel. And DK! Oh. You guys. I'm not looking at the chat, and then I realized it's right there on the fucking side of the screen! Oh. He's not going to quit smoking until they legalize murder. So he ain't never gonna quit smoking. There's purpose and meaning for me now other than this, because I'm not getting it as much as I had hoped to with this, because I'm not reaching as many people as I had hoped. Granted, I am 5 away from 150 subscribers. I started with 5 and they were family. So this is huge. But the combination of where we're at, and for the example I just gave you with what happened with that pipeline and how it affected from 5,500 miles of pipeline affected all of those states that freaking I shut the window, damn it. What the hell? Nose is itching. And I'm out of water. Hey, you alright over there? I hear panting. Alright. we're at a, so I'm trying to, the purpose and meaning, yeah, I'm glad that I didn't bring you in on this one, comics, because I have a feeling nobody else would have been able to hear anything, because you would have been like this and then there was me at the beginning that was so basically the amount of technology that is running everything is ahead of exactly Annie-Band. And it's not just the United States. It's the whole world. That nobody understands how fragile the society is right now. Well, people watching this are. We are, but people outside of the, so far, echo chamber, I'm hoping it changes, but who, me? No, not 4 months. Unless you're talking about Papa. No. I've been going consistently for 9 to 9.5 months. I've been consistent going live on Thursdays unless I had something like what happened today happened. Ugh, today was horrible. But there is a lot that needs to get worked on. And now that I can see that there's something that I can have a hand in that'll make a difference more than this. This isn't, basically I'm not reaching enough. This doesn't do enough to make a difference yet. Maybe it will at some point, but right now it's too slow for how insanely fast everything else is going. So, hi, Kristen. Oh, by the way, everyone, thank you, Kristen. I won this from Kristen's channel. This and that one and that one and that one. Those I bought. And then the rest of them I sent to somebody that didn't have them. Kristen, we're 5 away from me giving this away. 5 away. And you guys, it is so freaking good. So what I gotta do, I gotta figure something out with that, is I need to get something. I'm gonna do it the way Kristen does, but I'm gonna use smaller pieces of paper because I don't have anything that big. So, I'll figure it out after. I'll figure it out after. But the long and the short of it is, making a difference through here isn't fast enough for the amount of mayhem and garbage that's going on in here. So I finally, now that I've gotten more information and I've learned a hell of a lot more, I can, good to see you, Kristen. That's GTSY. He's been saying that. Nobody asked until just now. There is something I can do. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, comics. I don't see the context of what you just said. So there's a lot. There's a lot that needs to get fixed and fast. And a lot of people may have some kind of bone to pick or what have you with Elon Musk, but I don't. I think he's awesome. And when I read about that freaking gigantic friggin' battery that will be able to store enough power to power 26,000 homes for a full day. Wow. Now, if we could just stop using so much electricity. It sucks. See what I did there? Electricity. Anyway. Yes, DK. I remember that. They used to have to pull the meter to shut off your power. Now all they have to do is hit a friggin' button. And that's where comics was getting. Ah, yes. Gotcha. There is too much dependency on. This is a good way of saying it. There's too much of a dependency on the technology that is outstripping the advance of the technology. The advance of the technology is outstripping what we are able to do. So we've got technology that's doing all of this shit and is able to automate all of this shit, but we're down here, the knowledge hasn't caught up. You got the people that made the stuff, but the people that use it don't know. There has to be a good mix, and there isn't. There's too much of a gap right now. So hopefully. Hey, what's the matter? Mr. Butt is whining in the other room. What's the matter? Did you finish your toy? I gave them stuff to chew on, and they've been going and going and going. Shit, Penny's still going on hers. You alright? Get it, Penny. Get it. Annie Band, you're right. There's another thing that we had. Look what happened to Tesla himself. He was going to send power that was just going to be available for everyone. Look what happened to him. That is a freaking rabbit trail we do not need to go down, because I will be here for hours. Just saying. Annie Band, yes, that's what I was just saying. Don't get me started. Don't get you started either. We gotta just, yes. Let's not get started on that. So, this was my. That's why I was so upset, because I had everything that I wanted to do and say, and everything was awesome in my head, but when I tried to do it, it went faceplant, nothing. So hopefully next time will be better, and hopefully my hair will be longer and it'll be growing in. Oh, what a nightmare this is to grow this out. But I finally have about 90 to, ow, okay, that hurt. I have 90% range of movement, or range of motion rather, with the broken collarbone, which will always be in there. This little piece that I busted off, the VA told me I can either have surgery to get the piece removed or leave it in there. And y'all obviously know what I chose. I might have gotten the best care I've ever gotten here, but no. No. No surgery at the VA. There's a refusal to teach and to learn how to work on today's tech. Well, you have a point, but there is. It always comes down to the people that don't speak up, that do know. And it's the same thing as how everybody got started I'm pretty sure it was my generation towards my senior year, Generation X, towards the end of it maybe, where everybody was like, oh, you can't do anything unless you go to college. You have to go to college first. Which is obviously now bullshit. And then on top of it, on an aside, you got Biden having all the blue-collar people, truckers, blue-collar, comics, Aniband, you guys, paying for some Looney Tunes, useless frickin' gender studies degree. Don't want to get mad. Don't want to get mad. Okay. Whew. Yes. Thank you, comics. Thank you. You're right, Aniband. We wouldn't have 3D printing without machinists. You're right. There's a lot of stuff we wouldn't have if the people that came beforehand and did the harder work, if they hadn't done it, we wouldn't have all the extra. So there's got to be, it's like Tom McDonald said, there's got to be balance. We need balance. We need balance. And with the way everything is so skewed, and when you try and fix it, or when whoever tries to fix it, it goes from one extreme to the other. Good idea, DK. Cause yeah, we're all of the same mind about that. The long and the short of it is, we need a good, solid middle. Comics. I am not getting on voice chat with you, comics. You are going to go ape shit, and you're going to be preaching to the choir, because it's going to be shit I already know. Love ya, but no! Not doing it. Eventually, that balance has to be reached. Somehow. There has to be a balance. There has to be. We went from one extreme to the other. We went from Okay. One extreme example. So one extreme example is how we were manufacturing powerhouse in this country. And now we're not. All because of money and power. Turning everything into shit. So, yeah. There's got to be a change somehow. And God willing, it's not a freaking catastrophic change. Hopefully, it's not. Would you guys stop telling each other what to do, damn it? Stop yelling in chat. Thank you for sticking with me, even when I screwed everything up, and I'm freaking ugly crying like a little goofball. I'm pretty sure I've got some stuff figured out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, I think, to figure some stuff out. Aniband, I agree to a point that we need small, efficient power sources at all buildings. I think that this is where we get what I was trying to tell you guys about before, that, you know, it's up here and it's not going down here, that the renewable energy technology is nowhere near capable of generating the amount of power that just talking about this country, I mean, you saw it in that video. 4 to 5 times the amount as everybody else in the world. That's how much power is utilized here. And it's gotta be, there's gotta be a way for the technology, green technology is, so it's here. And the usage is through the roof. So your green technology can generate this much power. And we're like this. So there's got to be balance. There has to be a way to make things even out. There has to be balance. Right now, it is not. It's not. It's not balanced. There's just no balance whatsoever. And comics! I should have never told you that. The shitty thing is, that is at the very top of the chat, and if I hadn't looked to my right a little bit, I never would have saw that freaking Pelosi comment. I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I never should have told you. Never should have told you that. Never should have told you that. And I'm not saying it on here because then all the rest of the freaking world will know, and then who knows what I'll end up with in chats and freaking comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for now because I've got dogs that have been chewing on their little treats for a little bit longer than I intended. Are you sure, comics? Well, not what I meant to say. Damn it with the freaking allergies. Golly. The grid might produce that much more energy, but it's being utilized and sucked dry 5 to 6 times faster than it's being generated. So there's that balance thing again. So everybody, good night. I love you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with me as everything went to shit and everything fell in a freaking mud puddle almost. It's what it felt like. Golly. And then I knocked my water over. And then the boom from my mic fell off the end of the desk. And yeah, so Queenie, I love you. Liv, I love you. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. Comics, I'm gonna give you a kick in the ass when I meet you. You deserve it. DK, I love you, man. Papa, good night, brother. Annie Ban, you're a badass. Let's go ahead and go chat in Discord and listen to comics yell some more. Oh, jeez. Yes, this was fun. Once I finally got my head out of my ass, this actually was fun. I just wish that it hadn't gotten to that point. So, have a great night, everyone, and happy Friday Eve. Hey! Okay, now I really gotta go. Somebody's over there.